Shalom, 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 Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Wahar, Rakak, Wadash. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1. Let brotherly love continue, right? Lord's willing, we are Yahawashi's true family, right? And what sparked this lesson, this topic, a brother has sent this exact photo, that's the spirit, and it sparked my spirit to go into the importance of brotherly love, the importance of brotherly kindness and the brotherhood, you know. And GMS, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, we are each other's brothers' keepers, through the spirit of the Lord. And I'm just giving you some photos that I was able to gather up. I lost a lot of photos because this is a new phone, but these are some photos I still had in backup. But brothers have a good time. Brothers have lives outside of so-called teaching the word, right? But we don't promote it because it ain't nobody's business but our business. But I'm just giving you a little glimpse of the brotherly love and the good times that we do have, because we are a family, right? So this is Matthew chapter 12, verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brothers stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother and who is my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards the disciples, and he said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother, my sister, and my mother. Right? So, the brotherhood is your real family. And just like you argue, you fuss and fight with your real siblings, your blood siblings, you will argue, fuss, and fight with your spiritual siblings. Right? You will go through these problems with your real family. But what did Yahawashi say? Hold on one second. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 22. Yahawashi said unto him, I say not unto thee until... Oh, let me go up a little bit. It was okay. Verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? So this is clearly the disciples were offended each other. Clearly the disciples was butting heads, miscommunication, offending, rubbing each other the wrong way. One brother might have got too drunk. One brother might have got out of order. One brother may have been simple, right? Yahawashi said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a king which would not take account of his servants. All right, so Yahawashi says 7 times 7 times 70. That's how many times we're supposed to forgive our brother, right? And not only that, your brother can correct you, your brother can advise you, your brother can counsel you. And guess what? All these brothers that you see in these videos and this clip, I've got counseled, I've been rebuked, I've been corrected, I've been helped, right? By these brothers, right? And the brothers abroad. There's brothers that's, a bunch of brothers that didn't make this photo clip that rebuked me, reproved me, corrected me, guided me, gave me counsel, advice, and love, right? So you got to take all of that into consideration, being in this truth. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. In the NLT, it says a friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in a time of need. So you're going to know, and that's not going to be every brother, right? You hope it would be every brother, but that's not going to be every brother. And then even that brother that is reliable and loyal and there in adversity, he might not be there all the time. And you have to discern, you got to discern the spirit sometimes. And this is all a part of the truth, right? A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born in adversity. Because you know a brother by his fruits, by his deeds and his actions. And we must treat all brothers with respect and courtesy according to the Lord's statutes and commandments, right? We all must respect each other as we respect ourselves, or as we want love for ourselves. What's that? Matthew's chapter 22. Matthew chapter 22, verse 34. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? And Yahawashi said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the laws and the prophets. On these two commandments hang all the laws and the prophets. This is what life is all about. Serving the Most High, believing upon the Most High, keeping the Most High's instructions, obedience versus sacrifice, and the same thing towards your brother, your neighbor, your fellow Israelite brother and sister, right? You're supposed to show them respect and love and courtesy just the same way you want love, respect, and courtesy. You don't play with brothers or sisters the way you don't want to be played with. There's some brothers you can play with, some brothers you can't play with. Some brothers you can talk about rap battles, some brothers you can't talk about rap battles with. Some brothers you can talk about sports with, some brothers you can't talk about sports with. You got to discern and learn your brothers. Because each brother is different, right? We're not robots. Some brothers you can be jokey with, some brothers you can't be jokey with, right? You gotta know which brothers you're dealing with. So, reading on, next scripture, Lord's willing, we are Yahawashi's true family. This is the book of Matthew's, chapter 25, verse 34. Oh, let me go up. Verse 31. It says, When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate one from another, as the shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth the sheep from his goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, Lord's willing we be those men, but the goats on his left, which are the heathen nations and the undesirables, right? Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundations of the world. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of these least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me. So I experienced this with all these brothers you see in this video, and brothers that you haven't seen in these videos. I remember I was in the hospital, and Apostle Ricard came to see me. This brother right here came to pick me up from the hospital, Kwara. Pashai came to see me while I was in the hospital. Elder Bnatazak, Elder Zakaran called me while I was in the hospital. All these brothers visited me while I was in the hospital, right? And vice versa. But this ain't about me. These are to, it says, the scripture say, let another man esteem me. And I'm esteeming all these men and the men that you don't see, right? Because these are beloved brothers in the faith, man. All these brothers have beautiful spirits, and they truly sincere about serving the Lord. And I pray and hope that all of us is a part of the elect. All right? But this is one of the things that men of the Lord are going to do. We're going to serve each other. We're going to be servants to each other. We're not selfish, we're selfless. And you got to get that selfish mind frame, because that's a Babylonian, westernized way of thinking. We have a village mentality, a tribal mentality, meaning we take care of each other. We if you have a lot, you give. If you have a little, you give. Because we keep in circulation and we keep each other up. Because we are a body. And you are as strong as your fellow brother or your fellow soldier. If you down, then another brother, you be down with your brother. If a brother's up, you up with your brother. You're not always going to be down and you're not always going to be up. This truth is about balance. This truth is a roller coaster, right? And you got to be prepared to deal with all adversities and tribulations. There's more rainy days than there is sunny days. But guess what? We learn to appreciate both, because we know that the Lord is truly balanced, a balanced power. Next scripture. This is St. John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give you. It says, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. So now I am giving you a new commandment, love each other. Just as I have loved you, you shall love each other. So Yahawashi loves us, man. Right? Because Lord's willing, we are Yahawashi's true family. Right? And what is Yahawashi doing right now? Yahawashi is sitting on the right-hand side of Yahweh, praying for us. So we should be praying for each other. Because that's what Yahawashi is doing right now. He's praying for us. So we should pray for one and another. All right? So it says, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love for one and another. Simon Peter said unto him, Love, Lord, whither thou goest? Yahawashi answered him, Whither I go, thou canst not follow me now, but thou shalt follow me afterwards into the kingdom of heaven. Right? That's where we going with Yahawashi. Because he's coming back to get us. He's coming back to save us from all this bullshit. Lord's willing. Final scriptures in St. John chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love have no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I call you friends. For all things have I heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, and that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give you. These things I command you, that ye love one and another. Pretty much that's it, man. That's powerful. Let that sink in, man. Yahawashi called us his friends. He called us his brothers. He called us his servants. Even that's a blessing. To serve the Prince, the King of Kings and Lords of Lords of the universe. Right? And he said he chosen us and ordained us. So that's truly a blessing, man. So make sure, I got one more, Salakia. That wasn't the last one. Romans chapter 12, verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. In the NLT it says, don't just pretend to love others, really love them. Hate what is wrong, hold tightly to that which is good. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. Love each other with genuine affection, and take delight in honoring each other. And that's the love we're supposed to have for each other, for older brothers and younger brothers. We got to try to squash all that bullshit and schisms and beef and petty, carnal, fleshly, mortal bullshit. Right? Forgive one another and move forward. And of course, there's a balance. If a brother's a constant offender, or he has a pattern of, not following order or being disrespectful or not taking heed to instruction, then you deal with him, according to the scriptures, suspend him if necessary, or even kick them out the camp if necessary. But we talking about the day-by-day brother altercations, or the day-by-day brother situations. Brothers got to prefer one another, honor one another, respect one another. You treat brothers how you want to be treated. It's easier said than done, but it's literally that simple. Don't do things to brothers you wouldn't want done to you. I pray and hope that y'all were edified. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Wahara Kakwadash. Till next time I say Shalom.